Do you feel you're in the dark? Your sun is rising.
Okay, hi my friends. So today what we're going to talk about is the word pleasure. Pleasure. Now, what are the things? First, let me ask you, do you like pleasure? Do you enjoy pleasure? I certainly hope you do. What are the things that bring you pleasure? How about maybe a soft, gentle caress? How about a soft kiss? Sex? Ice cream? Wine? There are people who love the experience of whiskey going down their throat. It brings them pleasure. Thanksgiving dinner, eating Thanksgiving dinner, cooking Thanksgiving dinner. How about a kind word? How about receiving that kind word or giving a kind word? Do these bring you pleasure? Yes. Now, what are the emotions that come up when we do those things? Happiness, joy, inner peace, love, gratefulness. These are the emotions of pleasure. Well, what's not pleasure? What's not pleasure is pain and discomfort. And I'm aware of quite a bit of that, actually. Physical pain in the body. You could have pain in your body, and this is clearly not pleasure, right? Well, what about emotional pain? Thoughts and feelings that you have that are painful. This is not pleasure, is it? No. Can you think of times you might have eaten food that was not pleasurable? I can remember as a child having to eat summer squash. It was not pleasurable. What else is not pleasurable? How about going to the dentist, unless you are the dentist? How about waiting for the light to turn green? Yes, these are discomfort, usually events that are non-pleasurable. They're discomfortable? Yeah, sure. Okay. Every living species that I'm aware of moves from pain to pleasure. That's just their tendency. If you induce an area of pain, they will move away to get away from it. Except for one species, human. Yes, we, for whatever reason, we could talk about that another time, prefer pain sometimes. We just Google the phrase connection between pain and pleasure, and you will get a much bigger idea of what I'm talking about here. Now, the thing is this. Why do we do that? And the reason we do that is because the neurological nerves, right, the nerves in your body, and the chemicals that are released by your brain are very similar for pleasure and for pain. And so they really are two sides of the same coin. And you can choose which side you prefer. So which do you prefer? I certainly hope you prefer pleasure. I do. Now, if you want to increase your pleasure, let's take a look at how to do that. And the way to increase pleasure is to find it. And every place you find it, you recognize it, you absorb it, and your pleasure in life increases. Your joy in life, all the emotions that we talked about. So where do you find pleasure? And the answer is everywhere. Everywhere. You create it. Do things that bring you pleasure. Make plans to do things every day that bring you pleasure. Go places where you will hear and see things that bring you pleasure. Here we go. Feel and taste. So again, go to places, enjoy. I was in Ybor, which is an area of Tampa, on Friday with my son, and we went to an amazing restaurant that makes these crepes, and they were so delicious. And then we went and enjoyed hookah together, and we had a wonderful, pleasurable day. Go to places where you can see and hear and taste and smell and feel. And then notice your emotions. As you're enjoying all of these things that bring you pleasure, notice that you're happy and filled with joy and love and peace and gratitude. Well, pleasure and pain, two sides of the same coin. And human beings, what do? We often beat ourselves up, affecting ourselves emotionally. We live in fear, affecting ourselves emotionally and causing physical pain. Stop all that. Stop that. Live a life of pleasure. Live a life of enjoyment and fun. And if you want some help learning how to do that, my 12-week program will teach you exactly how that's done and how you can live a life of pleasure and joy and happiness the rest of your life.